Nidra, what it is, little gist. I will say that the people that do yoga, that practice yoga nidra on a regular basis are addicted to it. They are addicted to it. So if you're not addicted to it, my question is, why not? I have to question whether you've ever tried it. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the gist of it. What's the gist? And then we're going to do a little sample. So make sure that you're in a place, if you want to practice with us a little bit, do a little sample, make sure you're in a place that's somewhat quiet, where you can close your eyes in a few moments when we go through that sample part. If you don't have time to sit here with us today, you can always catch the replay here on Instagram and also on the YouTube channel. Making yoga fun, karayoga. Okay, so what is the gist of yoga nidra? Let me break this down a little bit. The word yoga means union or one-pointed awareness, okay? The word nidra means sleep. So yoga, sleep. But the whole point of it is to not go to sleep. So that's a little weird to me, but whatever, we're just gonna go with it. So it's maybe termed psychic sleep, right? So you're not really sleeping in the sense of what we know is sleeping. You're in a psychic state of sleep, if that makes sense. Hopefully it will at the end of this. Now, the man who created this, who created Yoga Nidra, his name is Swami Satchidananda Saraswati. You got that? And he created it based on an experience that he had in an ashram that he was in, where every night he would go to bed, and in the middle of, while he was sleeping, he would only sleep for like 3 hours or something like that in a deep sleep. And in the middle of that sleeping state, he heard off in the distance, didn't realize he was hearing it, but he heard a chanting off in the distance from a group of boys who every single night would get up at this certain time. I think it was 4 a.m. or something like that. And they would sit and they would chant together. A little while later, he went somewhere and he heard somebody else or another group of people chanting these chants. And he thought to himself, I know these chants, I know this from somewhere. And it turned out it was because in his deep sleep that he was in, he was hearing this stuff in the background, right? So he wasn't quite in a sleep, he was in between. So it brought him to this realization that, wow, this is something that could be developed and created for people to intuitively get in touch with the divine consciousness. So he created it based on the tantric tradition of yoga, which is a systematic rotation of consciousness in the body. Okay. Once you learn about yoga nidra, it does make more sense. So hopefully, again, by the end of this little chat, it will make a little bit more sense if you've never done yoga nidra before. So that's what it is. It's a systematic rotation of consciousness through the body. And there are several different levels of that rotation of consciousness that we work on in an actual yoga nidra class. So usually we start with the body, and then we go with the breath. Then we go with like a visualization kind of technique where you're just being given visualizations, very rapid fire sort of visualizations. And the whole idea is to systematically bring your consciousness through those things. So eventually you're forgetting the outside world, right? But you're also not going into a deep sleep. So you're remaining in between. Now, if you have somebody who's actually talking you through the yoga nidra, that's what it is. Either you're listening to it on headphones or you're going to a yoga nidra presentation, class, etc. That person is going to constantly bring you back from that. If you go too far into one place, that person's words and voice is going to constantly bring you back to that state of rotation of consciousness. So it's wonderful because you're achieving, and the more you practice the yoga nidra, the more you can achieve that state, which is cool, really cool. In that state of being is where a lot of intuition can come in. So you've probably experienced it in other ways where you might have been kind of in a turmoil place, or you just don't know what's going on in your life, or there's a decision that you have to make about something. And if you take the time, right, and you just sit and breathe, close the eyes and relax, there might have been a different level of yoga nidra that you experienced where something just came to your mind, right? Like the answer appeared in your mind, that intuitive sort of place. So this is the practice to help us achieve more of that. And the more we practice, the more we can achieve, and the easier it is for us to get to that place. So that's pretty cool, right? So just like everything else in yoga, it's about practicing. So the more you practice, the easier it is to get to that place, and the more you can get out of it. Okay, so this man called Swami Satchidananda Saraswati, he created it. It is from a tantric origin. It's believed, so it's basically learning to relax, but consciously, okay? So it's funny because throughout a yoga nidra practice, your instructor is going to keep reminding you throughout the practice, don't sleep, right? Repeat to yourself mentally, I am practicing yoga nidra and I am not going to sleep. I am practicing yoga nidra and I am not going to sleep. Now, do some people fall asleep? Of course, right? There's definitely some snoring going on in the room. But the idea is if that happens, it's okay, right? But you're going to at some point be brought back from that. You're not going to stay there because you have somebody instructing you to keep coming back, okay? So it's a learning to relax, but consciously. Especially in our Western traditions, we learn that relaxation is more in the sensory place of our lives, right? So you might come home from a long day at work or wherever you were, and sit on the couch and crack open a beer or something like that, or some kind of an alcoholic drink, right? Or maybe you go out for a cigarette break if you're a smoker. So we're living in this world of sensory relaxation, and yoga nidra helps us to get out of that sensory place because that's external, right? And it helps us to get more in touch with our intuitive place of relaxation. So it's consciously learning to relax consciously, right? So you're not falling asleep. You're being reminded systematically to move through the body, through sensations, to stay in that state of being, that mental state of being where you're conscious, you're aware, you're fully aware that you are relaxing. Okay, so it's believed that scientifically, in order to attain absolute relaxation, you must remain aware, which is interesting. Because a lot of us, we do those things, those habitual things that we think are relaxing to us. Sitting on the TV and sitting on the couch and watching TV, that kind of stuff, like we teach ourselves that that's a state of relaxation. But being aware of being in that state of relaxation is where it's at. So for me personally, I might feel relaxed if I'm sitting there and I'm watching a TV show or something like that. But I never really get to that place of a deeper relaxation in my being overall. I'm still tired, so I didn't really achieve much. I sat on the couch and I watched a television program. I thought I was relaxing, but I didn't really achieve that deeper state of relaxation that we can achieve by practicing yoga nidra. So what is it? Like I said, it's a systematic method of inducing complete physical, mental and emotional relaxation. So physical, mental, emotional relaxation. It moves through the body parts systematically. So when we practice, you'll have your instructor. I'm going to give you some samples of this at the end of my chit chat. You'll have the instructor systematically going through the parts of your body. So we tend to go from the right side to the left side, for example, or the front to the back, that kind of thing. And it's the parts of the body are read one right after the other, right? So you don't really have time to linger in an area, right? You're training your mind to just go from one thing to the next. And you're systematically doing this so that the mind gets trained to focus on those things and let go of the external stuff that's been going on in your life. Okay. Flashing words and visualization we use. Counting, using the breath, repeating mentally, systematically words like breathe in, right? We tend to start from certain numbers and then we count down from those numbers. So I breathe in 27, I breathe out 27, I breathe in 26, I breathe out 26. And sometimes we go through the different breathing parts of the body to really go deeper into that breathing awareness, right? So you might be aware of your belly moving as you're breathing in and out. So we count from 27 to 1. My voice is breaking. Belly rising. Inhale, belly rising, 27. Exhale, belly sinking, 27. Inhale, belly rising, 26. Exhale, belly sinking, 26, right? So that's what you do for every single number. Now, for a lot of people, it's hard for them to get down past a certain number. And if you find yourself messing up, let's say, it's not really a term, it's kind of a negative term, but if you find yourself where you've been distracted and you lose count, you're supposed to go back to the beginning. Okay, so you start again at that 27 number. Sometimes it's the number 54. Okay, so we do that. We do hot and cold sensations, right? So we want to get in touch with the emotional body as well. So there's different layers of the body, of your whole body, right? So the emotional level. So we talk about the hot and cold, we talk about pain sensations, we talk about pleasure sensations. So what exactly happens? We enter in an in-between state of deep sleep and completely awake, right? So you're not deeply sleeping, but you're not completely awake. You're somewhere in between that. And that's where the intuitive, divine consciousness can enter. Pretty cool. So when you're in that state, the mind has the ability to be the most receptive to intuitive messages from your own divine consciousness. So the idea is that when we can get into this place, that we actually do have the answers for our own selves, right? What we're going through, what we need in our lives, the answers are there. They're just sitting there in your consciousness. We just need to get to a place where we can tap into that. And how do we do that? We do that by systematically moving through your being and helping to achieve that state of relaxation, but not sleeping. So in modern psychology, it's referred to as the hypnagogic state. That's a weird word to me, and it's hard to say. So there is a term that's used in modern psychology for this, hypnagogic. And for example, speaking of the intuitive messages that we can receive when we get into that state, thinking of history and people in history who have reached this state, and as a result, we have benefited from their amazing state of intuitive messages that they've received because they were able to achieve this mental relaxation, physical relaxation, all over relaxation. So for example, Wolfgang von Goethe, von Goethe, hi Eliana, is one, and he used the inspirations and intuitions from this state to solve problems arising in his work. In dreams occurring in this state, Kukul, I don't know who that is, realized the circular, I should know this, but I don't, circular molecular structure of benzene. Nobel laureate Niels Bohr saw the planetary structure of the atom. And the most infamous one, Einstein, accelerated his awareness to the speed of light in the famous thought experiments, which led to the theory of relativity. All right, so when we can achieve this state ourselves, imagine what we can bring to the world. All right, so if you're ready, I'm going to take you through a very brief yoga nidra, very, very brief. And hi, Terrence. Now, we don't have a ton of time, so it's going to be very brief. I just want to give you a little taste of what we go through. Physical body, okay? We tend to talk about the breathing, and we have some visualizations that we do. Okay? So close your eyes and think about something that you'd like to change in your life, something that you'd like to resolve, for example, in your life. And, you know, it's very simple. It's a very simple thing to think about. Try to let it come naturally to you. And in your mind, to yourself, you can say 3 times with awareness, feeling, and emphasis that the resolve that you make is this. Okay, so I would like to resolve my my relationship troubles with so-and-so. I would like to resolve my job situation. Okay, so it can be anything like that that comes naturally to you. And then we begin the rotation of consciousness. So we're just going to take a deep breath in. We're going to do the right side of the body and then the left side of the body. Close the eyes. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand. Become aware of the palm, back of the hand, the wrist, lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the right waist, the right hip, the right thigh, the kneecap, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the right foot, the top of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, the elbow, upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the left waist, the left hip, the left thigh, the kneecap, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the left foot, the top of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Moving into the breathing, become aware of your breath. Feel the flow of your breath in and out of your lungs. Do not try to change the rhythm. The breathing is natural, automatic. You are not doing it. There is no effort. Maintain awareness of your breath. Continue. Complete awareness of breath. Concentrate your awareness on the movement of your navel area. Concentrate on your navel movements. Your navel is rising and falling slightly with every breath. With each and every breath, it expands and contracts. Concentrate on this movement in synchronization with your breath. Go on practicing, but be sure that you are aware. Bring your awareness to image visualization. Leaving the breathing. A number of different things will be named, and you should try to develop a vision of them on all levels: feeling, awareness, emotion, imagination, as best you can. I apologize about the dog. Burning candle, burning candle, burning candle. Endless desert, endless desert, endless desert. Egyptian pyramid, Egyptian pyramid, Egyptian pyramid. Torrential rain, torrential rain, torrential rain. Snow-capped mountains, snow-capped mountains, snow-capped mountains. Winds from the sea, winds from the sea, winds from the sea. Awareness of sensations. Awaken the experience of heaviness in the whole body. Become aware of heaviness in each part of the body as it is named. Toes, heels, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, buttocks, back, abdomen, chest, shoulders, arms, palms, head, eyelids, the whole body, heavy, the whole body, heavy, the whole body, heavy. Experience this feeling of heaviness in the whole body. Manifest the experience of lightness in the whole body. Manifest the feeling of lightness from the top of the head. The whole head, shoulders, palms, back, chest, abdomen, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes. Manifest the experience of lightness in the whole body, from top to toe. The lightness of the body can be developed by feeling the meeting points between the body and the floor or your chair, point by point, or as a whole surface of body, floor contact, or body chair contact. Concentrate on this area of meeting and gradually experience lightness. Feel yourself floating up from the floor or chair. You are so light that you are floating to the ceiling, drifting back and forth. Continue this experience until lightness is manifest. Go on. Relax all efforts and bring your attention to the natural breath. The natural breath flowing in and out of the nostrils. Maintain your awareness of the breath, and at the same time, develop your awareness of physical relaxation. Awareness of relaxation and awareness of your physical existence. Become aware of the physical existence of your body. Develop awareness of your body and visualize your body lying on the floor or sitting in your chair. Take your mind out and visualize the surrounding room. Let your mind become completely external. Do not open your eyes. You are practicing yoga nidra. Become aware of this fact. Lie or sit quietly until your attention is completely externalized. Begin moving very slowly There's no rush. Stretching the body and opening the eyes when you're ready. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. So that was a little sample for you of Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra tends to be approximately 40 minutes worth of time if you go to a class or if you listen to a recording. So that was a little sample. We did about 15 minutes, maybe. I hope that you liked it. I hope it gave you some idea of what Yoga Nidra is, and I hope that it encourages you to figure out a way how to practice it on your own. I haven't found the app, but apparently there is an app that you can put on your phone for Yoga Nidra. If you're in my area, we do a Yoga Nidra class Monday nights here with me. I hope you have a great day. And if you have any questions, let me know. You can watch the replay after this is done. Go to the YouTube channel as well, Karayoga, Making Yoga Fun, and you'll see some fun stuff on there with me, my husband, and other people, my daughter, for example. Get in touch if you'd like, and I'll see you all very soon. We do this every Friday at 12:30. If there's a specific topic you'd like to discuss, throw it out there. Let's chat. See you soon. Hello, friends.